Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, I'm going to talk about all the crypto offers I've been able to hunt this year, mostly on the bank promotion side, but there are some credit card offers I at least entertained as well. We're going to see how it worked out, what I earned, of course, what we learned more importantly from these crypto offers going forward. So, of course, if any of that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, a few things. First of all, why are we focusing on crypto offers? Well, this is really a follow-up to a video I made probably at the start of the year, where I said, is it time to start hunting these crypto offers? And, on one hand, yes, they're just like, regular offers that we'll take a look at. But I was really more annoyed with them than anything else because, I like to get real money from my bonuses, not necessarily these made up coins. And we can debate this all day long. I understand the argument of money not being on the gold standard anymore. The great difference is that, $20 has to mean $20 to all of us, where these coins have these random values. Not really sure how we end up with Hawk to a coin and all of these things. So at the time, it was really something I didn't really want to necessarily be bothered with. But as we go along through bank promotion hunting, and if you're new here, my goal is to get $10,000 from bank promotions a year, which covers deposit accounts, so checking, savings, brokerages, things like that. You just run out of offers. But crypto offers, those guys seem to still have money. Boy, did they have money. So spent the better part of a year doing crypto offers. So let's just see how it went. And if you want to know where we talk about this stuff, we'll Run on the Bank is our second channel. We talk about bank promotions just like this, and of course, profitablecontent.com, which is the blog, is always linked down below for you. So over the year, I did about 4 or 5 crypto offers, which doesn't seem like a lot. However, it really is actually on track because the majority of the bank promotions I hit are deposit accounts, checking, savings, and there's a few brokerages in there, usually 3 to 5. So for the sample size, I think the ratio kind of tracks since a crypto account is kind of most comparable to a brokerage account. So decent enough sample size. So overall, the short story of it is, no, I was being a bit of a diva about it. It does add extra steps to have to cash out these coins to real money and that whole thing. But it worked out pretty well overall, as you'll see. So that's the short story. Yes, in the beginning of the year, it was worth it. You should probably do it if you're into bank promotions. As we said, you're just going to run out of offers. However, there's some other things I learned if you want to go into more detail. The biggest problem with them is that while the brokerage account offers have, gone through their race to the bottom to compete with Robinhood and not having any fees, these guys have not, and they all still have trading fees. So usually the offer works is you got to deposit some money and then you have to buy a certain coin, right? It can be, sometimes it's a specific coin, sometimes it's any coin, right? And usually there are fees. So I'll give examples of the ones I did, but I think I've done Kraken, OKX, Wisdom Tree Prime, and maybe I almost did Coinbase, but not really. We'll talk about that as well. There could have been 1 or 2 others. But anyhow, so like in the example of Kraken, you had to make, a purchase, and let's just say you need to buy like $1,000 of this coin. Well, the problem is if you want to make like $1,000, you have to account for the fee, the transaction fee as well. So really you need to buy like $1,005 of the coin. Not the most annoying thing in the world. However, if you're just there for the promotional offer, $5, the transaction fee can be a few bucks on the way in, on the way out. Kind of adds up, and it really makes it so that you can't do all of these offers. In fact, as I've said, the Coinbase offer is one that I skipped because Coinbase was only paying out $20. By the time you trade in and trade out, you've cut your bonus about in half. So for that one, I'd rather just wait and see if they come up with anything else. So the fees go on a little bit even further. When you're paid out, again, with sticking with Kraken, when you're paid out your intro offer or your referrals, they take the transaction fee out of it, which seems like a little bit of annoying because you guys could just pay us in cash. You wouldn't have to have this weird brokerage transaction fee for trading on the crypto exchange or whatever. So that definitely does cut into the offers where you just simply don't see that much, if ever, depending on the security you're buying. I guess you're doing mutual funds for whatever reason, but for the most part, we don't even see it. So the first 2, there are fees involved still. That's kind of annoying. Low offers, we kind of touched on. The offers seem to be either low or very high, or low. In one case, it was high, but it took a while to find it. Coinbase, again, we said like $20. Kraken was $75, which isn't crazy high in this world, really. However, some good things here, though, to note once you get past the fees and the so far lower offers is I have good tech, quick transfers, and same day funding all in the same line item here. With a lot of these bank promotions, you can end up in these random credit unions and whatnot. And it's a mixture of technology. I mean, heck, even PNC is like the worst interface I've ever had, and they're a big bank, right? These guys generally have decent interfaces. The transfers are quick, usually instant transfers and same day funding, which is helpful because it makes things easier if I can sit down, transfer my whatever it is. I think the OKX is like I can transfer $3,000 and then make my purchase instantly versus having to transfer, let it come back 2 or 3 days later, then make it. It's a quality of life thing, but I can knock out my requirement, mark it off my sheet that the requirement's been met, and just start waiting versus having to remember and come back later. A lot of, you really don't see same day funding on any bank. Very rarely, like some will do instant transfers, but not when the account is brand new. These are, you open them up and right away you're in the mix. Now, another thing to that is they are quick to, they seem, it's hit or miss, I guess. Again, this is a smaller sample size, but quick to shut you down. Now, this was deserved, but it's kind of a funny story. So go back to Kraken. Kraken was, I don't remember what you had to do, but they paid out $75. But the person who referred me was like, hey, what you can do is you can sign up for Kraken Plus, Kraken Pro, whatever their paid service is, like $5 a month. But they give you the first month for free. And so I did that, did the transfer, and that waives the transaction fee. So it's perfect just to get $75. But then they also had a referral program. They capped it like $15,000, a little bit less after you take away all the transaction fees, right? And so I did all my referrals, and for whatever reason, when they pay you out in the referrals, they still take the transaction fee out from their side, even though you're Kraken Plus. And then I cashed them all out to real money, withdrew it, and a few days later, I got an email saying like, hey, we're gonna shut you down because yada yada yada. Now, what I imagine happened is they were just onto the game of like, hey, you signed up for the free trial. I canceled the free trial as soon as I withdrew all the money. And on top of the free trial, they also gave you these free spins to win free coins, like dribs and drabs of coins. I also noticed a few days before the email, they had taken all my free coins. You have to have so much in free coins before you can transfer them out to real money. So I wasn't able to cash them all out, but that's fine. And, it takes banks a lot longer to catch on, or they just kind of let it go. As far as referral programs from banks, I don't think I've ever been shut down. I mean, some of them, yes. Some of them have caught on over a number of years, like Fairwinds and Affinity and things like that, and they have PSECU. Like, they have gone through, but it took multiple iterations of years to get to this point, as where these guys, like, they were on it. I think they're more aware of folks. Well, clearly they're more aware of folks. Now, I think getting shut down is fine. I don't care. I still got $1,500 from them. More than worth it. And they were right to shut me down, considering, what I just said, use their paid service for free trial, this, that, and the other. But hey, they're quicker on the draw. Now, the other one here is great referral programs as well. Again, the Kraken program was pretty good. I want to say $1,500 is pretty good in my book for a referral program. Caps. OKX, though, is they're the king of referral programs, for at least for this year for sure. So not only did they have a stackable promotion we'll talk about in a second, but their referral program initially was like 10 people, you get $1,000. Pretty good. But then they extended it, or they changed it slightly, and they're on like the third iteration of it, to the point where I've got like $2,000 in referrals from them alone, which is crazy. You generally don't see that high. Referral programs generally cap at either 500 or 1,000. It's on occasion some will go a little bit higher, but the ones that go higher, usually the offers aren't really that good, so you're not going to get that many people. So for OKX to have their program to continue to be going is pretty well. Now, the other thing I think to pay attention to is, and you go back to them knowing their customers. Apparently, once I hit like $1,800 or $2,000 in referrals, I got a little message at the bottom of my OKX referral thing that says, hey, you can join our affiliate program. Now, the downside of that is I think you lose the referral money and you get a 30% commission, which I didn't look into it too much. I think they probably mean the money they take in, maybe they paying 30%. But all the people I'm referring aren't here to use the platform for what it's intended for. They're just getting the referral offers. So for me, that's probably not the best move given who I'm referring. I'm likely much better off with the $200 because again, their referral program changes. I've seen 3 iterations of it. Two of them paid $200 a person, one paid $50 a person. So I'm probably long-term better off. But it's also nice to see because again, a lot of folks, if you're trying to break into this space, you want to be an influencer, if you will, or plug links. On the credit card side, it's really hard to get affiliate links. I only have Capital One left, and I joined up with Sebi and Mandy's Cardonomics group, but the banks who control the affiliate links and everything, they don't want to deal with having to audit people who don't do a lot of sales, and credit cards are harder to sell than you would think because everyone has the same credit card, so you really just have to be really annoying about it to get a wider audience to sign up for it. And even then, there's not really much of a reason to use my link over a public link unless you just really like the channel. And of course, I appreciate it. But the point being, as a result, when I was trying to get into affiliate links, I couldn't get anyone to take me because Red Ventures is the big one who owns Bankrate and the Points guy. They wanted a number of sales, I think 10 a month. There's another guy doing it who I put in touch with, but he wanted 10 sales a month. And credit cards, he just wasn't doing that many sales, nor do I want to have to do that many sales. And, granted, I don't know if OKX has rules like that or not, but the point is that, they make it known that, hey, we'll just interface with you directly if you want to be an affiliate after you've proven you can get some sales. That's nice, again, for people who want to get into this space. For me, I'll probably just stick with the affiliate, the referral program until they change it, maybe. So great referral program. The last one I'll say again is they seem to have lots of money. OKX even rolled out another offer that a channel member told me about where this was for new and existing customers where they said you can gift $250 of USDT coin or USDG, whatever it was, and you can also accept $50 as a gift as an existing customer, which is crazy given that I've just talked about $2,000 in referrals and then I got $50 for doing nothing, gave the other guy, and I gave away the other links because why not. Their offer was stackable. Their original intro offer was stackable. It's a $500 combined, $200 plus a $500 $300 stackable portion. So the ones that have money seem to have a lot of money. I do know OKX, I believe they're on the McLaren F1 car. I think they're on the wing or something, the back part of it. So they've got a lot of money, but we knew FTX had a lot of money. That probably shouldn't bring them up in this thing as well. So overall, I think it worked out, and I've got $3,500 in referrals from 2 crypto offers. I would have done the other one, Coinbase, if they had a higher offer. Maybe one day they will. I don't think that we'll see any shortage of crypto offers coming out. I think there's still folks working on platforms and such. We'll have to keep an eye on it because, as I said, they seem to know who their target is, and they're either embracing it in the hands of OKX or they're like a little bit skeptical of it on the Kraken side. Both of those of which are fine. Which, of course, leads to the final part of this of credit cards. Again, Gemini has a credit card, personal and business credit card. I would have gotten the business cards, got $500 offered. I would have signed up for it if I wasn't trying to get my inquiries and my age of accounts lower so I can make a run. But I would definitely put a $500 crypto card on my list now for a one and done, get it, cash out type thing. So we'll likely see more credit cards like this as well. I think overall, you should definitely take a look at crypto offers. The thing I think to pay attention to is kind of what we talked about in the Kraken use case. Are there ways to get around time things so you're using a free trial to get around the fees or lowering the fees, take advantage of the referral programs, that whole thing. But that's kind of how I'll take a look at them going forward. So overall, I still don't love the extra step in having to cash out the coins, but I think it's fine. We've definitely done way more steps to earn some intro offers than this. So overall, I was just being whiny for nothing. Follow-up video, there you go. So sometimes I'm wrong. And it turned out to be a profitable year, and it was largely thanks to these 2 offers and their referral program. So overall, no complaints. Solid choice. So anyways, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel as we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on ProfitfulContent.com. That is the channel's blog. It's always linked down below for you as well as on the homepage. We post news stories, bank promotions and crypto offers when we have them, and credit cards. Nothing for crypto cards yet, but hey, you never know. I'm happy to put one up if they want to reach out to me. I doubt it, but hey, we'd still do it. But anyways, guys, that'll do for this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.